It's hard to imagine how much ability it takes to overcome a disability. The courage and determination involved may be qualities that are hard to fully appreciate. But once you've witnessed them, they're just as hard to forget.
Just watching him grow and mature is finally made it.
Yeah.
Today in Wichita, there are people everywhere who are living these victorious lives and making their mark on a world that is far better for their contributions. As individual as they all are, they're ambassadors of a common legacy, one that's dedicated to building the full potential of people who have intellectual disabilities. It's the legacy of Starkey, a name that has become synonymous with hope and help in Wichita, and an organization that's been celebrating the abilities of all people for 86 years. The story of Hattie Starkey begins with a Wichita public school teacher who saw that children with disabilities weren't getting the kind of education that would most benefit them. In 1930, Mrs. Starkey began teaching children with intellectual disabilities in her home. Her home classroom grew to accommodate as many as 40 students until, in 1952, parents of those children helped to finance a permanent school building on Young Street. In the spring of 1965, a tornado destroyed the school after all the students had left. Once again, parents and other volunteers from the West Wichita Lions Club met the challenge head-on Starkey's behalf, raising funds and rebuilding the school in just a few short months. It was then that a shift began to take place in Starkey's mission. Public schools were now taking on the responsibility for the education of developmentally disabled children, allowing Starkey to focus on vocational and life skills training. Under the leadership of Executive Director and former Starkey teacher John Fry, a new workshop facility was completed in 1967.
I think the legacy of Starkey is that they've taken these individuals and given them opportunities to be independent, that without Starkey, they would not have those opportunities. And from a business community, it's created some wonderful partnerships, and they've served a very valuable role in assisting these businesses to be successful in our community.
Davis Moore got involved with Starkey about 8 years ago when we learned of their program where they wanted to place individuals with disabilities into the work environment. We took an active interest in that and wanted to get involved in that program. The one that I've kind of, taken under my wing a little bit is Josh, who works at our Chevrolet store. Josh has been with us now a little over 3 years, and we've kind of been able to help him grow and expand his job duties since he's been with us, and I wouldn't have it any other way. He's just fantastic.
We didn't have organizations like Starkey. Our kids would not have the training to be self-sufficient. And everybody loves to know that they've done a good job in whatever they do.
As its employment program continues to grow, so too does its community living program. In 2005, Starkey opened its first apartment complex to provide additional independent living options.
Starkey currently has 42 homes and 2 apartment complexes all over Wichita and surrounding communities as well. And our goal in that regard is to give people a great place to live, where they can be a part of their community, but to blend in as much as possible.
Well, he went into a group home after high school, but this is the first time he's been out on semi-independent, and it's been scary, very scary. He's been there a year. He does his own cooking and his own cleaning.
I do it. That's why I'm on my own. No one is going to do it except me.
From Hattie Starkey's original home school, Starkey now has 380 employees and offers services for 520 individuals with disabilities in the Wichita community. Together with Wichita businesses and families, Starkey has worked to help people with disabilities live enriched, fulfilling lives, constantly exploring the borders of their full potential. What started as a labor of love has become an industry of hope and a legacy of promise.